There are more than 11,000 cases of coronavirus here in Maryland and at least 425 deaths. The good news is the state is seeing a rise in recoveries. Still, Governor Hogan says it's still too soon to reopen the state, and schools will remain closed until May 15th. WJZ investigator Mike Helgren with more on the decision and the governor's recovery plan.
Our numbers are all going up, so no matter who you talk to, now is not the time to open things up.
Maryland's governor says he's closely monitoring the number of people hospitalized in the state while still working on a plan for recovery.
I completely understand why people are anxious to get things going. I want to get our economy back and get things open up as quickly as possible, just as much as anybody does. But we're also going to have to do that in a safe manner.
A critical announcement involved Maryland schools. They will be closed until at least May 15th, at which time State Superintendent Dr. Karen Salmon will reevaluate what to do next.
This is one of those decisions that we need to make incrementally to see where we are in another month. We don't know what's going to happen.
The Maryland National Guard continues to participate in strike force teams, providing help to nursing homes. The governor says the state is providing millions to food banks and small businesses, and the Department of Labor will now allow the self-employed, small business owners, and federal workers to file claims online so they won't have to wait on the phone.
It will also help more Marylanders get their checks faster and more efficiently.
The governor also reminded people that his order mandating masks in stores and on public transit goes into effect Saturday. And he talked about why it's so important.
Now, some people have said that covering their faces infringes on their rights. But this isn't just about your rights or protecting yourself. It's about protecting your neighbors.
Hogan also commented on concerns about coronavirus in the prison system and a letter from most of Maryland's congressional delegation urging him to act more aggressively to protect officers and inmates.
It's not an issue that we're not concerned about, but I'm not sure how many more letters we need to get that's going to help us along in that process.
Governor Hogan says he is looking at trends in the numbers daily in Maryland, and in the past 24 hours, 161 more people were hospitalized and 33 more people died. In East Baltimore, Mike Helgren, WJZ.
A rehab and long-term care facility in Baltimore County will now be used as a care center exclusively for coronavirus patients. Genesis Lockraven Center in Parkville tells WJZ it will begin discharging current patients to their homes or other facilities before beginning to accept coronavirus patients on Monday. The switch will be temporary. All current residents and staff have already been tested. A total of 70 residents and 18 staff members have tested positive for COVID-19. 4 residents have died. Meanwhile, 9 cases of coronavirus have been confirmed at the Spring Grove Hospital Center in Catonsville. A spokesperson says 2 patients and 7 staff members tested positive for COVID-19. The health department website describes the facility as a 375-bed complex that treats both adults and adolescents. Baltimore's Mayor Jack Young announced help for small businesses during this tough time, and more has been revealed about what's being done to contain an outbreak at a local senior facility. Rachel Menetoff brings us the latest updates from City Hall.
1,273 people have tested positive for COVID-19 here in Baltimore. 290 of those resulted in hospitalizations, and 42 people have died. The city's health commissioner says a state strike team has been supporting efforts at the Future Care Lockern Senior Facility in Northwest Baltimore, where 170 residents and staff tested positive for the virus. Dr. Letitia DeRosa says Future Care tested everyone inside the facility, even those who were not symptomatic.
The advantage is that this mass testing allows us to identify cases before individuals begin developing symptoms and can help with making decisions around cohorting or grouping together residents that test positive.
In another update, Mayor Young announced the city is partnering with the Small Business Support Fund and the Baltimore Development Corporation to provide technical help for businesses in need.
This network will allow small businesses to position themselves to be prepared as funding becomes available from a variety of sources.
Yeah, Blooming Deli. We've been here for a couple years.
Cecilia Benalcazar, the owner of Blooming Deli in Federal Hill, says she missed the due date for state funding but was able to apply for a federal loan.
It takes takes time and patience, and you have to click and read and try to comprehend everything.
Blooming Deli remains open for pickup and available through delivery apps. Cecilia is still waiting to hear back on her application, but says any additional funding would help.
It's awareness, and how do you get awareness out in the shortest period of time to the largest amount of people?
Mayor Young says he'll be announcing more initiatives to help small businesses next week. But if you are a small business and haven't yet connected with one of these technical assistance programs, you can head to our website. There's a link to get you started on WJZ.com. Reporting outside City Hall, I'm Rachel Menitoff for WJZ.
Well, tools like contact tracing are being used to help get us back to normal life. It works like this. The moment someone tests positive for coronavirus, a disease investigator will look into where that person has been and how many people they've come in contact with. The investigator will call everyone who's been exposed so they can isolate, helping to curb this pandemic.
With contact tracing, we could potentially stop the COVID virus right in its tracks.
Governor Hogan wants to quadruple the number of workers who are doing contact tracing to help get the state on the road to recovery faster. Well, police departments across the country are warning about a coronavirus texting scam. Officials say they've been getting reports of an alert telling people to self-isolate because they've come in contact with someone who has tested positive or has shown symptoms for COVID-19. The message then tells the victim to get tested and provides a link. Police say do not click on the link because it's a scam for hackers to get your personal information. New technology to disinfect face masks is coming out of Frederick. InPro Technology designed a machine that can decontaminate up to 10,000 N95 masks a day using ultraviolet technology. The company says the idea came after hearing that healthcare professionals are reusing masks while treating coronavirus patients. The company hopes to get FDA approval for the machine in coming weeks. Well, an Ocean City staple is stepping up and turning its distillery into a hand sanitizer factory. Secrets, which is on 49th Street, has started making the much-needed product for healthcare workers and other essential employees. The first batch was made earlier this month after the company got certification from the FDA. While the sanitizer is being donated to hospitals, Secrets is also selling the mixture for $30 a gallon.